Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to discuss the past tense, specifically how to pronounce past tense verbs. Pronunciation of past tense verbs is often difficult to remember because ed doesn't always sound like ed. By the end of this video, you will be able to recognize and pronounce past tense verbs correctly. And don't feel bad if you are an advanced English speaker and you still struggle to remember how to pronounce past tense verbs. Some of my students have studied English for over a decade and they sound almost perfect, but the past tense verbs are what get them. So no matter what level you are, you can benefit from this video. Let's get started. Each rule I will give you depends on the final sound of the word and not necessarily the letter, so don't get too hung up on the spelling today. Just listen to the end of the word and it'll help you recognize which rule to use for pronunciation in the past tense. To help you identify different sounds, we must first discuss voice and voiceless sounds. Try this with me. Touch your throat. If you feel a vibration, it is a voiced sound. But if you don't feel a vibration when you say a word, then it is a voiceless sound. For example, a Z sound, Z, is voiced. I can feel the vibration in my throat. But an S sound or a S, no vibration, it is not voiced. Now remember, it's not about the letter, but it's about the sound the word makes. So rule number 1, the T sound. You pronounce ed as t in verbs with a voiceless ending. Let's take a look at this table together to recognize some common verbs. The first verb with a voiceless ending is work. Put your hand on your throat again and see work, work. It vibrates for were, but it doesn't vibrate at k. So work becomes worked. Fix ends in an S voiceless sound, so fix becomes fixed. Laugh, laughed. Watch, watched. Stop, stopped. Now remember, some verbs look like they would be voiced on paper because of the spelling, but don't focus on the spelling. A good example of this is the word laugh. GH looks like it would be voiced, G, but that's not how you pronounce it. It's a F sound. Laugh, laugh. It's an F sound. Always trust your ears, not the spelling. So listen and repeat one more time after me. Worked, fixed, laughed, watched, stopped. Rule number 2, the D or D sound. We use D when a verb ends in a voiced sound. So, the opposite. Again, let's look at this table to go over common verbs that do end in a voiced sound. Remember, voice means the end of the word vibrates your throat. Live. The V is a voiced sound, so live becomes lived. Lived. Play. Play is a vowel sound, A, and your throat will vibrate. Play, played. Open, opened. Call, called. Shove, shoved. Now let's practice knowing rule number 1 and now rule number 2 of voiced versus voiceless. I'm going to say some words and you tell me if it's a T or a D ending. Listen carefully. Walked, walked. It's a T ending. Loved, loved. It's a D ending. Loved. Shoved, shoved. Shoved is a D ending also. Shoved. It's like to push. Laughed, laughed. It's a T ending. Sometimes it's hard to recognize, so let's listen to them next to each other. Walked, shoved, laughed, loved. They're subtle and it really just takes listening practice. Now, rule number 3. When you have words that already end in a T or D sound, you want to change the past tense ending to id, because it is impossible to hear t or d. For example, you would not say one t or need d. Doesn't make sense. Rule number 3 changes any singular syllable verb into 2 syllables. Want, wanted. Need, needed. In comparison to rule number 1 and rule number 2, which keep the singular syllable words singular. Work, worked. Live, lived. But want, wanted. 2 syllables. Need, needed. 2 syllables. Let's just look at this table together. Repeat after me. Want, wanted. Need, needed. Decide, decided. Invite, invited. Hate, hated. If the word ends in T or D, you add id. Now let's go into some final practice. I will say a past tense version of the verbs we've discussed and you tell me, is it rule number 1, a t sound? Rule number 2, a d sound? Or rule number 3, an id sound? Let's practice. Fixed. T sound. Wanted. Id sound. Left. T sound. Opened. D sound. Now let's do some practice with some verbs we haven't discussed today. You tell me, listening is the past tense form of this verb T sound, D sound, or id sound? Jumped. Jumped. T sound. Enjoyed. Enjoyed. D sound. Started. Started. It's an id sound. Rule number 3. Moved. Moved. It's a D sound. Visited. Visited. It's an id sound. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope this helped you recognize how to pronounce verbs in the past tense. Remember, if you make mistakes, don't worry, and don't let the past tense scare you from practice speaking. Oftentimes, people will know what you're trying to say. For example, if you say, I walked my dog yesterday, people will know you're trying to say walked with a T sound. But if you want to sound more like a native English speaker, don't forget to download these tables in the description box below and practice. If you want more live practice or lessons tailored to you, there's a link in my description box below to book a class with me to practice. Don't forget to download my free English grammar packet, where you will have tables and practice activities for all the basics of grammar in English. Don't forget to download it in the description box below. It looks like this. So tell me in the comments below, what did you do last week? Write a sentence and practice speaking it out loud. I can't wait to hear what you guys did. And remember, this is a classroom community. We are all here to learn. So remember to be nice in the comments or be blocked. Anyways, I hope this video helped you recognize how to pronounce verbs in the past tense. Remember, don't be afraid. You have to make mistakes. And I hope this video helped make more sense of this crazy language we call English. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye!